everyone. Welcome to the WTB, the What You Talking About podcast. And I'm here with the three Halls, and I ain't talking about cough drops. I'm here with super duper producer Jalen Hall, Gregory Hall, and also Gary Hall. And today we're going to go ahead and start off with a Little Mermaid. Jay.
All right. So I went and watched The Little Mermaid recently. And man, it does not hold a candle to the original Little Mermaid. I mean, I don't know what it is about live action movies that just changes the whole dynamic of it, but animated movies are far superior in terms of story and like scenery and all that. I mean, it's unbeatable.
The Disney original movies were never meant to be real people.
Right. And on top of that, like, it doesn't matter how many billions you throw at something, it will never capture that same level of nostalgia and magic, quote unquote, the Disney magic, as an original, right? Yeah. No matter how many adaptations you do, that new one might be cool, might be fun for the time being. And of course, you know, it being Disney, it's never going to fail.
Yeah.
I don't think any of their movies just straight up flopped in the box office. They might not
put enough money behind it. It's going to make something.
Well, they've been flopping lately.
I'm not
to the degree they're shutting down studios, but they're definitely cutting a lot of people out of work.
I'm about to say Disney, the movie failing enough, they firing everybody at ESPN.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody gonna pay.
Yeah.
Hey,
somebody paying for them
everything is
Disney
failing
flops.
at Disney right now. There's a lot of people who will be like, "I'm sorry, but I disagree."
But yeah, man, I was watching it, and it's not that. I just don't understand this one thing. Like, it really did not make a lick of sense to me as to why the dude's mom was black.
Who was black?
So
the mermaid,
the prince,
the prince's mom.
I heard it was just a whole rainbow of colors.
Yeah, it is a lot of people, a lot of
so they was trying to have inclusion.
Yeah,
it was beyond.
It was diverse,
beyond inclusion.
Especially the mermaids. They were all like various types of background.
Yeah, but she like the only black one.
But you trying to say this one didn't make sense for this? Like
no,
this
in this
one
particular sense, yeah, this particular character's mom. Why was she black?
Yeah, okay, because the character was like yellow or something.
No, he was white.
Oh, see, yes,
okay,
and she is a queen. And so I know
spoilers, by the way. Complete spoilers on the movie.
It's not supposed to be like a real movie, like, you know, with real life elements in it. Yeah. It is mermaids and all that, but at the same time, whenever you show me like a prince in some like European country or wherever this is, I'm expecting it to be like a white family.
Maybe they live by a different creed down there in the water.
Right. Yeah. No, in the water, yeah, they're different.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe they had something else going on.
We hang out, but on land,
different mutations.
Right. On land, we know what's going on land.
We ain't cultivated that culture yet.
The Little Mermaid with
a girl.
Okay.
Maybe she just Michael Jackson her son.
Hey, so what I'm saying, so the movie choice
got to do a deep dive.
It ain't that many choices to go to the movie. For real. See something.
These days, I mean, it depends on when you go, but there were like a bunch of options. I just seen like a.
No, was it any tear moments in Little Mermaid?
No tear. I didn't cry.
And that's what's sad is because there should be.
Right.
There should be like an emotional moment somewhere.
So like, you know, if you've seen the original Mermaid, like she loses her voice, she makes a deal with Ursula where she becomes human and she's able to go on the land, but the trade-off is
piss her father off.
She can't speak. She can't use her voice at all. Right.
Such a beautiful voice.
Right. And that was what like got her the prince, was like her beautiful voice and then saving him from drowning.
So her having that fish fin bottom didn't have nothing to do with her and the prince not making it.
No, well, I mean they wouldn't have had her.
She only offered like
it was the fact that she lost her
services.
Right. That was the problem. It wasn't the bottom.
Right, I can do this and that.
I'm trying to get this figured out.
In the actual movie, it wasn't the problem that she was a fish. She just couldn't speak. She became a human.
So this prince didn't have nobody else to talk to. No, there wasn't no.
He was down to the fish.
Yeah. It was down to the half fish woman.
Well, the fish woman.
Nobody think he had something going on. Yeah.
The mermaid.
Yeah.
In his mind, he had got rescued by her because she was just doing whatever she was doing.
I'm grateful.
With her dad.
I'm grateful.
And so
was her daddy a fish?
He was King Neptune.
He had a fish bottom.
Yeah, King Neptune. Was
How they
or King
producing
Poseidon
each
or
other?
whatever.
They're fish. They're mermaids. They all. I mean,
you
it's
tap
life.
in.
So a
And
woman
another
fish person is a mermaid.
Yeah.
What's a man fish
Merman.
person?
Merman.
A merman.
But they're all mermaids.
mermaid.
They're actually mer people.
Yeah.
They're mer people.
Yeah.
Okay. See,
Let
Let them keep
movie.
going.
Right.
The merby bunch.
Yeah, but
So she rescues dude and all that, yada yada, sings to him. He doesn't see her because like he's like drowning, you know, and then he's like recovering on the beach, but he hears her singing. And he's like, oh man, who had that beautiful voice and who saved me? So he's looking for this woman that had this beautiful voice. And after she gets sent to the surface, she can't sing. She just appears out in the ocean, right? Or on the beach, washed up ashore. Actually, she got caught by like a fisherman catching like crabs. Yeah, a fishnet. So she just got caught up out the ocean. And
okay, random. But did she have clothes?
no,
Okay.
she was butt naked.
I was wondering. I was like,
But whenever she goes back to a mermaid, she just gets like her scale clothes or whatever. I don't know. But
she got a head fish.
yeah. No, she's a human. She's a whole
human top. You've seen a mermaid
You've
before.
seen a mermaid, Greg.
No, you act like she didn't have no top on.
No, she's got a top on. It's scales. But then she's naked whenever she's a human.
Oh, okay.
That's not the important part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She gets pulled up on
At the fishnet.
at the fishnet. It's a black man that finds her.
Oh, who?
Black man.
Okay.
And then, like, in my mind, if this were like any bit real at all, she would have got sold into slavery.
Hey, first of all, this movie's already got like 80 more black people than the original.
Yeah, way more black people.
They were showing diversity.
Right.
They took the movie.
A bunch of black people just on the
We
beach
gonna make it
doing
diverse as
stuff
possible.
and all that, you know.
So it was a black version.
Yeah, basically that's what it sounded like. I mean, the white man's mother was black.
Like all the way. Like there still were white people and all that stuff.
I mean, I see white people in black movies.
Yeah, but keep
this
going.
was a black movie.
And so she gets caught, washed up short, and then she gets invited into the kingdom. They put clothes on her, dress her up, make her look all pretty and all that with a dress and whatnot.
Yeah.
Then she go meets with the prince. Prince doesn't know that it's her, but she knows
It's
him.
him.
Yeah. And she's like trying to talk to him, but she can't speak. Right. You know? And so they do
Yeah, mute.
weird little things. Yeah, she's mute. So she's got her pal Sebastian Flounder, and man, they did Flounder so terrible in this movie. Like the cartoon Flounder,
Yeah, dude,
was great.
I saw.
Cartoon Sebastian, cool. Sebastian in the live action movie, he looked all right. And then they had Sebastian, Scuttle, and Flounder. It was god awful.
They look really weird.
Right. Scuttle's the bird, voiced by Aquafina. I don't know if y'all know who that is. Aquafina voiced Scuttle, and Sebastian.
That's a real person name.
Yeah, that is a real person name.
God, you got
Sebastian
thirsty
Scuttle.
right there for a second.
I gotta look her up.
Sebastian Scuttle had like a little rap off or something like that at one point in the movie too. It was
MC
weird.
It definitely was not in the original.
Yeah.
They had a rap battle.
So they were really trying to adopt the coach.
For like a second.
They were trying to adopt the coach.
Yeah. They had like a little bit of a rap battle for like half a second.
This was in the bar, in the water.
No.
DC.
They were in the castle.
Oh, okay. This on lane.
There's a lot of songs and singing in the whole movie. And honestly,
it's a
No, no.
Yeah.
Let's not lose perspective. This is a Disney film. Like,
Right.
I mean, there is a bunch of music. I mean, that's
right. But like, there's a little
I'm
bit
getting interested.
too much.
I'm like
little bit too much for my liking personally. I mean, I know that was in the movie, but it makes sense in that form to
well,
me.
the thing is, in the movie like 2 hours long.
Yeah, that's
the thing.
It's a very long movie. It felt long. It felt like really long. I was like, man, this is dragging.
That's a terrible movie.
Right.
they wouldn't get to the point fast enough.
Nah, not for me.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, the original movie was over in 80 minutes.
Right.
Oh, credits were done in
right.
80 minutes.
Right. An hour and 20 minutes and you're out.
Finn.
Good movie.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
It's go, and this like
to the point,
long lasting disaster.
We just gotta
what they had to do was
push through.
They had to extend that out because that's what the budget extended for.
Well, they spent a
2
lot
hour
of money
movie.
on this
Right.
movie. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they spent hundreds of millions of dollars on
We
this
gonna
film.
make
Did they
Yeah.
recoup?
Right. I maybe.
They had
They're
yeah.
trying to break even.
Oh, okay.
Well, so maybe they was just showing you, we're gonna go all in. We're gonna get
That was the
behind
plan, I
the
guess,
black.
Yeah,
support.
black lead. Yeah.
Go ahead, hey, because this
Put
is a
the
long
money
list.
behind
This
it.
ain't the first one, but keep going.
Yeah.
I can go on that list in a minute.
Right.
but Go ahead.
So the main way that they were trying to get this whole thing arranged is that, since Ursula, the evil witch, octopus lady,
Was she black?
no, she was a white woman.
Oh, okay.
Funny enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one.
So the deal is that in order for her to be human and go out to the shore or land, she takes her voice, but also in 3 days, if she doesn't get a kiss from the prince, Ursula gets to capture her or take her and then use her as a pawn to get the Neptune spear or whatever that like has all this type of magical power in it, right? Because she's been locked away for like 15 years by him, right? So,
What kind of kiss? Like a peck on the cheek?
yeah, just a kiss on the lips. Kiss on the lips. Kiss
No,
on
it's
the
got to
lips.
be like
Kiss on
Cinderella.
the lips. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be
Cinderella.
lip lock.
Yeah.
It's got to count.
Okay.
So,
Not no. Hey, cuz.
Yeah.
but here's the catch. She set it up to where she would forget that she was supposed to even get the kiss anyway. So that was her foolproof plan, right?
Yeah.
To make her forget that she
Right.
was supposed to do that.
Yeah. So that way she could use her and yeah. Right. But her friends, Sebastian, Flounder, and Scuttle, all got word of this, and now they got their plan of we gotta like help her
Hook up with the prince.
hook up with the prince because she can't speak, and so we got to arrange all this in a way to make him want to kiss her or be with her. So they're doing all types of like weird stuff, setting stuff up in ways where they're like moving around and like here's like a little item to make you think of her or something like that, or like here's like some little book or we're gonna set the environment up to make it look all romantic and stuff like that.
When she come around.
Right. They're like rowing on the boat and he's singing into her and stuff like that.
Look, the side characters in Disney films, they're
Right.
the
They're
greatest
carrying
cheerleaders.
it.
Hey, look, they all team you. Whatever it
yeah.
is. They trying to get you what you need to
get
get.
you right. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if
They're
it's like
really carrying out this whole movie.
Come on, hey, you know you wanna.
Eventually,
You
we
know
were
you
close to
wanna-
the end, right? Right. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. He was like singing in his ears at one point. Like, I was like, how would he not question like who is singing to me? Like this little crab is like talking to me right now.
Hey.
But yeah. So closer to the end of the movie, Ursula realizes that they're there and they're like effing up her plan. So she becomes a human herself and washes the shore. And then she starts singing to him. And now he thinks that she's
boys.
the one that rescued him, right? So now they're just getting married, like just like that. They just find her on the shore, and now they're getting married, like literally.
Yeah,
It was
like
that
you the
fast.
Well, she's
Right.
she's
You the
evil.
one.
She's
Right.
a witch.
Right.
So I mean, she, hypnosis
But,
powers.
Scuttle, the bird, was able to just be flying around and like heard the voice, so she thought it was Ariel.
Yeah.
And so she flies over, sees that it's her, sees that it's Ursula, with her voice. So she goes, tells Ariel. Ariel starts going to ruin the wedding, just because like, why are you trying to get married to my man? Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's one of them parts in there.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
So-
but keep going.
Oh, they didn't add it.
And then the whole time,
Housewives.
right? Yeah, the whole time the white dude was like, something feels off, something ain't right. I just like I'm so in love with this girl, right? But this is, I guess, the girl that saved me. So I guess this is what I'm supposed to do.
There's something about that black chick over there.
Right? There's something about this black woman that I just can't get over. Right?
So the prince was white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prince
they
is
did-
white.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Mama
what that's,
black.
Mom is
Yeah.
black too. His mom, the queen, is
Right.
black.
Because he gonna have to marry something to look like his mama.
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
Heard she makes a good fried chicken. Yeah.
They had to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all, now it makes sense.
Right.
Makes sense.
So they're about to go through with the wedding or whatever on their little balcony, And then Ariel comes and they go their little scuffle. Eventually, she rips the necklace off of her because that's what her voice was stored in, and it breaks. And then this blue orb that is just a voice floats and then flows back into her throat, and she starts singing.
Hey man, how else is it gonna
And
work?
then, like everybody watched it happen too. Like everybody just started looking at this blue orb fly out of this little locket, and like nobody was just like, "What the hell is going on?"
No, man, because they like, man, you know what? I haven't heard her speak before.
Right.
This makes sense.
And so she sings, and then the prince obviously realizes that.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Little quick interruption.
But to the end of this movie, because this movie's long enough.
Right, yeah, it's long enough, right? So she starts singing. Prince is like, "Oh, it's finally her, the one that saved me," right? Yada yada. And then Ursula transforms,
It was 2 hours.
going crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Man, this description is the original movie would have already ended.
Starts going crazy. Then eventually she Neptune finds out that she was on land for whatever reason. So he comes up out of nowhere. She gets the little thing, evaporates her dad right in front of her.
Hey.
Right.
Wait, so Neptune dies?
Yeah. Temporarily.
Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Like,
He doesn't die. Doesn't die for real.
Okay, but go ahead.
But he dies. She's turned back into a mermaid, Ariel, once she got her voice back. So they're in the ocean doing their little fight, and then eventually Ursula becomes a giant, like Kraken little monster. What's his face is just there for whatever reason on a boat, like chucking spears.
Hey man, he went out to fight for his woman.
Yeah.
And he went out there chucking spears,
Hey.
like he was Leon Kennedy.
chucking like harpoons into the
Gotta do
ocean,
something.
right? And so
They have no 9.
now they got their thing going on. The sunken ship gets like pulled up out of the ocean because Ursula is like swirling the whole ocean, making it into a whirlpool. And the whirlpool is going on. Eventually, Ariel is able to get on the ship and steer the ship. It's got like the point at the end. Where it broke off and it's like sharp. So she steers the ship directly into her, stabs her through the heart. She falls into the ocean, dies, I guess. I don't know. Then, and then Ariel
Could make a comeback.
Sandwiches for everybody.
right,
No.
yeah. Octopus sandwiches.
Oh, okay.
And Ariel gets the gets the Neptune spear, and then as she's like holding it, her dad just like forms back together from magic dust right in front of her, right? And then
You bet.
Happy ending.
yeah, happy ending. Except her dad is like, you know what? I've been fighting all this time, but all I really wanted to do was make you happy. You know,
Okay.
I said that it was wrong that humans and mer people could never get along. Humans are evil. You know, they're terrible.
I was just saying
But-
that because I loved you.
Yeah, because I wanted to protect you and all
Right.
that.
I just
And so
wanted you to date within, your people.
Yeah.
He take
Yeah.
I want to just make sense.
I wanted you to stay with a mer.
I want you to be, exactly. I want you to be with a merman. That's all. I'm sorry.
right. And he thought she was getting with a merman at one point, and then Sebastian actually spilled the news that she was on the surface, which was funny.
Yeah.
But so he takes the spear and then points it at her, and then the magic shoots out, and then they cut, and then you get transitioned into this new scene where it's back on land again, and
she done
the
married
prince
a
is
man.
just like over here like throwing a stick with his dog, and then
She's walking.
yeah,
talking.
She walks up with the stick in her hand and the dog by her side right after he threw it one time.
How
And
far
then
he throw it? Throw it a mile or
not
something.
throwing it far at
Yeah.
all.
Did not notice her walking up.
I know,
But
right?
I know, right? Because I mean, on the beach, it takes a minute to become like that deep.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you're out about like 80 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty far
in the
sometimes.
woods or something.
Right.
Like a good 40 meters.
Underwater
I mean.
or
Yeah.
something. He walked up out of the water. No.
She just comes up on
Not
some
the
steps.
same.
Yeah. And she comes up on some steps, and then they see each other and they fall in love, and then they get married and all that. You know, the queen is like, if it makes you happy, then so be it, right? And then so I forget where they were going, but they were setting sail on a boat to some other land or something like that. And so it's him and her on the boat, and then her dad and all the mermaids pop up out the ocean while everybody's on the beach waving by the prince. All the mermaids.
See, I thought you said it wasn't no crying moments.
Nah, I mean, I guess that is the moment, but it wasn't like that.
I thought you said it wasn't.
It wasn't
They
like
might have looked at
that.
her like a
Greg didn't
sellout
fall
or
asleep
something.
before the end of this movie. He would have cried.
Yeah, he cried. He tore up on that.
Like, Greg cries and everything.
Right.
So
Yeah,
like,
and I'm like, man, all the fishes came up out the water just to wait. What you talking about?
Right.
That's that moment right there.
That was the moment. Now on the ship.
You should have a
Waving goodbye.
softer heart, Jay. You gotta
Come
recognize
on, man.
these situations. See, that's
I
that's
probably would have cried to that in the original movie, but not this. Especially whenever
he gonna
that.
cry on
I gotta say
part
that.
3.
I ain't seen neither one of them. I'm crying on your version.
Every moment that Flounder was
Police Academy only made 9, 10 of them.
right.
God.
Every moment that Flounder was on the screen,
Yeah.
I wanted the movie to end. Every moment that I had to see this fish, just like it looks so wrong. I wish I could show y'all. I mean, I could, but like just looking at this fish and the way that it speaks, it looks like that it's not even supposed to be like. This isn't supposed to be
That's
real.
the bad part.
I wanted them to cut him out of the movie. He played such an integral role in the animated version.
Yeah.
But
They
in
ruined him in this version.
They ruined him. The Sebastian was cool still. And the bird was
Maybe
cool.
he was on that stuff.
They made a hyper realistic fish and gave him like a child's voice.
Well, that's the problem with all those movies. I mean,
right.
that's
But they
why
made Sebastian a like cartoon crab.
I mean,
Still like a live action
well,
cartoon.
yeah, but they try to make him like a fishy, real looking character. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what they try to do with all of them. They
Right.
all look funny, just like in The Lion King. Like it doesn't look right. I'm sorry, Simba's not supposed to look real.
like a lion. For
Yes,
real.
like no, he's supposed to look like an actual cub, and in
Right.
cartoon version. But
right.
I don't know, man. The animated versions of these movies aren't right. Just like Beauty and the Beast.
Right. Every second that Flounder was on the screen, I wanted the movie to end. I wish they just cut him out the movie because he wasn't important at all. He didn't really do anything like at all in this version. So it was mainly just Sebastian and the bird.
Okay.
But
So really, this
the
is
movie
like it was that
So
bad of a
you
movie.
give it a
8 out of 10.
Yeah, what do you give it? 8 out of
8 out of 10. IG.
it 10 stars.
I give it probably a 4 out of 10.
That description didn't give me a 4.
See,
You
yeah.
went over the whole movie.
I
Didn't
know,
tell me
I
anything
explained it.
bad about it until the end.
I'm telling you, man.
didn't
And then he
like
got a
it.
crying moment in the end of the movie.
And a
Yeah.
lot of
didn't
people said
like
it was
it.
pretty good.
A lot of people did say it was
No.
good to have some black representation.
Apparently, yeah, all
Halle
through
Berry
and through.
did do a good job, and the singing on her part was great. Whenever the white guy started singing, it was like some of the most F-boy, like emo phase, like Linkin Park type stuff. Like, I couldn't believe I fell in love with you. Like,
Yeah, like,
you're
oh,
singing
God.
like that, like, you know,
Oh.
and like, oh man, it was just, it was garbage.
Maybe you wasn't mentally just like ready.
And this
for
movie
it.
wasn't any good.
He had something else on his
Right.
mind.
Yeah.
You couldn't
Yeah.
get all into it with the gal with you.
Right.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
But
Yeah, I
Finn-
couldn't, I couldn't
crying
cry.
and she was right
Right,
there.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
See, yeah, he
I'm
just
not
went and took a hard approach. He like, this can't.
Watch it again.
I can't be
Hey, wait till it
faded.
come out on video and watch it again. See what
Right.
you think about it.
Okay.
He gonna be crying. No.
Since that was almost as long as the actual Little Mermaid, I was
Yeah.
thinking next. Have you ever watched a movie that you you didn't expect to be good? You just randomly watched it and I was like, man, this was incredible.
Yeah.
Can you name one?
John Henry.
That okay? That is,
You
that
said
is
it
actually
wasn't
accepted
good
as a
and-
good movie. How about you?
I said honestly, the first one I ever, one of the first few I ever watched was Half Baked because I didn't know what it was.
Okay.
And then when I watched the movie, it just caught me off guard, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"This is a class."
Okay.
Yeah, so I remember being released at the movies, and they never promoted it. But once it went to DVD or something, you know how you just sitting down, like, I guess I'll go and check it out, see what's up.
Which is how, I mean, cult classics, that's how they're created. It's because they're not really original.
Right, yeah, they don't release to like much large success, but then eventually it catches like a second win through like DVD.
Yeah, and that caught fire.
Yeah. And so that was you, Greg.
One of mine, Greg said John Henry. One of mine, movie that I thought really wouldn't be good just looking at it, but it actually turned out to be really interesting. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I've seen that.
Yeah. That was actually a pretty decent, like, weird horror movie. It was very goofy and offbeat and like odd, but it was a very interesting movie to say the least.
Yeah.
And I would say if another one, but this one is like regarded as one of the best movies of all time. Whenever I first watched it, I didn't expect it to be like that good. I didn't expect it looking at it. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I thought it was just going to be like some little cheesy old school horror movie or something like that.
I ain't never seen it.
Right.
But I know what you're talking about.
The original It and the new version are both very good movies.
Yeah. They are.
And I guess I could throw this one out there too, because I didn't like go to the movies and then I was like Killing again and it came on. So I say, well, let me check it out.
Okay.
Blazing Saddle.
Okay.
Like I said, now that's an old movie, which I keep trying to get you to watch.
I will watch it.
But Blazing Saddle is a classic. And I think it was, resonate from time through time.
No.
Yeah. It's a classic.
What?
When I saw that was hilarious. Yeah. It was hilarious. You cannot ask for a more funnier and unexpected movie. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the time is setting and how they did this character, and how they did the show. So Blazing Saddle did it for me too on that. Yeah.
I had to say that. I mean, I kind of was into male
all them,
back in the day. So it was, but it's still
Men
a classic.
in Tights. I think it was Men in Tights.
You talking about Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's another one. There's another one in the back of my mind somewhere that like was definitely. Oh, Terrifier on Netflix. I saw it on Netflix originally.
Okay.
Another horror movie. Another movie involving a clown as well. I don't know.
Yours
have been a clown.
Yeah. All movies involving clowns, I guess, ended up being way better than I thought them to be.
Go ahead.
The Terrifier is a horror movie, but it's actually an actual horror movie. Well, a gore movie, if I want to say it correctly.
Like
it is very
chainsaw
gory.
killing.
Yeah, like very, very
like
gory.
I'm gonna tell you one too. Georgia Rules.
Okay.
Now, that one was about like two old ladies and her granddaughter. It was, and then I'm just like you say, one of them movies you just happen to be sitting there, you just catch and dang, it's one of them.
Yeah.
Georgia Rule.
Okay.
Gotta see that. I watched that one too when it come on.
X-Men First Class. Just went to watch it and really didn't expect much out of it at all. And it was by far my favorite X-Men film. So, actually, it's one of my favorite superhero films, period. So, I mean, I really do like X-Men First Class. That was a good one. Castaway is another one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Castaway.
Me and Mom just happened to just go to the theater and pick a movie, and it was Castaway. I'm like, hey, which movie we're going to choose? It was just like literally on a whim. So we ended up seeing Castaway, and that turned out to be a classic.
You know what? Secret Life of Bees. The Secret Life of Bees.
I heard that's one of the saddest movies of all time.
It is one of the saddest movies of all time, but I did not expect it to be like that.
Yeah.
I was just expecting it to be like this wholesome story about like black people and white people getting along, right? But actually, it turned out to be a story about mental health and mental health awareness and all that. It was believed that for the longest time, I didn't even know this. I saw it as a kid, so I wasn't thinking like, oh man, that's what it was. They thought that either the black girl had autism or something like that. And since she was so difficult to understand and all of that, right? And different. And the whole movie was about being unique and being different and like wanting to do different things and all that, right?
Yeah.
So by the end of the movie, the black girl kills herself, drowns herself with a rock, right? She puts a rock on top. Greg, you would cry like no tomorrow.
I'll be watching this one by myself.
Because the whole movie is
Greg
just
would have
great.
missed the whole second half of the film because he'd been too busy crying. Sounds like
Right.
I can't see it. I got too many
The whole
tears.
movie was great up until like that final point where like it was
Secret
like
Life of Bees.
she was looking for her, and then she just found her in the lake with just a rock on top of her, and I was like, damn.
She held herself.
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
That's one
That's
that
deep.
died. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Man.
Right.
I don't need to be watching that.
But yeah, it was just a movie about like, not being accepted for who you are. And I thought it was just because she was black for like the longest time. I thought it was just because she was black that she would never be able to. And like, this was during like the segregation era and all that stuff, I think. Or maybe just like a little bit before that. So she'd never be able to like be a legitimate beekeeper or anything like that. Or like, harvest honey from bees or something like that. But I think it was actually just a secondary message of like she had like autism or something that people didn't really know anything about.
Okay.
Or like, some sort of mental thing going on with her.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just gonna throw this other one out, but we done spoke on this one before, I think, a little bit. But the Book of Eli.
Okay.
Because I was just like I said, that's another one I just caught off guard and I was all in. And that movie was like I said, it's pretty deep. Because like I said, we had two versions of it or something, but I'm thinking the version I saw, he was on this journey. And when he reached his journey, he had required all this knowledge through a Bible that was actually in Braille. So when he had to repeat it, he been studying Braille all the way on this journey. So when he reached his journey, he actually had the knowledge in his head. And then when that dude actually got the book, it was nobody to read, couldn't actually read this Bible.
Right.
Because it was in Braille.
Crazy, because why would they just write a Bible in Braille? Like usually they still have words with it and then Braille. It's weird, but
because it was an apocalyptic time.
Apocalyptic.
Yeah. And everything stuff to destroy. That was like the last one.
Right, but who
that they
wrote
held
the whole Bible in Braille?
Who did that?
Right, yeah.
Because
who took that sucker would have had to be this big. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He couldn't carry that saw gun no damn gone way.
Right.
If it was in Braille.
Right.
It was nothing dude could do with it though. It's like, hey, I can't reinterpret this. I don't have nobody.
Well, just like you said, basically get to the end of the movie, it's like, really, this book, it's just whatever he's been saying it is. He's the
whatever
book.
he wanted to be.
He's interpreting this book. Like, it's because he's been studying Braille. Man, this book is just...
He ain't have time to study Braille as much as fights as he was.
His book is
he was going to Braille class, right? Hold up, I got to go to Braille class. But he was blind.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
He was blind.
There's like some like, how did...
So
when did he end up blind and all that? Like,
but God said he was going to protect him on his journey. So he walked in faith.
Right.
Yeah.
Not by sight.
But yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. So with this book, he just
it's like Greg said, it was a lie. The book was just Eli. He was just saying whatever he wanted basically out of this book. This book is whatever I said it was. Like I said, these pages are this because I'm blind.
Can't nobody prove it
because nobody else can read Braille.
But the thing is, obvious. You had people coming after him to attain this knowledge.
Into the faith And people were looking for the book.
They were looking. The book was supposed to be valuable. It's supposed to have power.
Right.
But it only
the Bible.
That's what the
they got the book.
Yeah.
It wasn't the book. It was what you was wanting to make the story out to be. That's what, you couldn't dictate the story or none of that. That's what was important about, that was the book. Because he had the book in the end. The book did not have any power at all.
Yeah, because it was in Braille.
No, because you don't understand the book.
Yeah, because it was in Braille.
So why was they trying to get the book for power?
Because it was the Bible.
Yeah, that's it. Because it was
he thought it was.
Said it was anything.
It was the Bible, just like anybody know. The Bible has power. The Bible has power over people.
No,
y'all are kind of merging.
It's the faith.
Yeah, y'all kind of merging the same thought
in the same way that they have faith that this book or whatever that they're looking for will make them rich or gain them wealth. Same way that Eli had faith by reading the book and doing or carrying out what he has learned from that will keep him on his journey and keep him alive to the end of the day. And then a more important part of it is that it was never revealed he was blind until like the end of the movie. So the whole movie, or maybe there were like signs and stuff like that. I think there were like little signs here and there, like why he was doing what he was doing. Yeah. But the most pivotal point was at the end of the movie, finding out the whole time it was in Braille and that he was blind this entire time.
Yeah, so
right. Like,
that's why he had to go on this long journey.
Right.
To remember this.
Right.
Because when they took it, he didn't have it no more.
See,
you just
did what he said. He had to go on his journey so he can go recite his journey. Because at the end, they asked him to recite it. And that's what he did.
What was recited in that book? Because he was studying that book along the journey.
That's why they call it the Book of Eli. They don't call it the Bible. They call it the Book
of Eli.
But it's the Book of Believe.
A story within the Bible.
You're merging basically two of the same thought.
It's the Book of Belief. Yeah, is what it was called.
That's what his book. But I'm just saying this, like they call what you call it, whoever that version of what they story in the Bible.
Right.
That he wasn't reciting the Bible.
So it's like an additional story
in the Bible
to the Bible.
Yeah, that's like what the Book of Eli. Yeah.
You know how like Saul has his story and then Joseph has his story and all that.
That was. Right. That's what I'm trying to say.
But it's still the book.
Yeah.
Right. But it's still the Book of Belief though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still y'all are saying basically there's two sides of this that are equally true here in this story. It's just how you view it.
Right. I'm just saying it's not the Bible. And it's not that he was reciting the Bible. He was reciting his story.
It's kind of a synonym for the Bible.
Yeah. But it is still like
it's a story in the Bible.
A continuation of the Bible. Yeah. Right.
But I'm trying iRobot.
Yeah.
iRobot was a really good movie.
iRobot was like one of the most well-regarded movies of all time, right? Too, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't. Hey, man, this wasn't no highly budgeted film, and you just it felt like it was kind of just thrown together. iRobot, great. But the thing is, it feels so relevant now.
Right.
That's another reason why it's a great movie. It was another past movie that pretty much predicted the future, where eventually it's kind of going to be.
What?
Hopefully, I don't want to see that kind of war. That's a bad war. Because basically all the old PCs are going to fight all the new PCs, and all the old computers are going to destroy the new one.
Whenever we get like computer factions going on,
where they just get pissed off. Like the old AI is just going to get mad at the new robots because they done locked them up. That's what's messed up about the movie, though. Like, see, you realize there's all these like bins sitting around town, and it's like, man, what's in those? And you come to find out it's the old robots because everybody's got these robots in their house, like taking care of them and whatnot, being housemaids, and they drive them around the city if they want to, whatever. They're
peoples.
Yeah, but they're the upgraded models. And then now they got one that's like basically went Sentinel and he or sentient, and he's a conscious being. So they got one that's kind of went rogue, and he kind of gets out and it ends up being a movie thing with Will Smith and some other chick. But either way, it's just the fact that
Will Smith is not iRobot.
No, he's in the movie.
I thought his face was one of them robots. Oh,
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, okay.
No, I mean, no,
I wouldn't
okay,
know.
but there was a plot twist where you find out that like part of him is like machine,
Right.
Not look, but not like he's part machine. It's just he had a body part replaced because he had a bad accident. Like that was it.
He got some robot in him.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
His
you
little
find
body.
hey, it's kind of a twist in the
But
movie
it's
when
just that like it looked like flesh, right? But then his skin got like cut open or something like that. And you
yeah,
see, like, the
it's like the Terminator, but he actually has stuff to repair it.
that would have been a way more interesting spin. Is that this whole time this guy thought he was human, and then so like he was just an android. He was like a more sophisticated
That'd be
version of
messed
that.
up.
machine.
That would have been
Like
messed up.
we
cool.
I seen like it was a movie out like that.
On
Where the
Terminator.
guy,
I'm
pretty sure,
he was
yeah.
so android, he thought he was human.
Right.
And then they was tricking.
Bicentennial Man?
No, the island.
Oh.
Ooh, that's another one.
Bicentennial Man though.
I've never seen it, but the
Robin
island.
Williams.
Bicentennial Man.
Robin Williams.
You know,
Okay,
I know I seen that.
seemed like I heard that.
The Island is a movie where, okay, just imagine a world where you have you here, right? And they got this other secret society of, you and a whole bunch of other
Yeah.
insurance claim people who have this insurance. In this insurance, they cloned you and you exist in this other bubble world that they created. And so they've lived their whole lives in this bubble world knowing each other and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then they escape.
From the bubble.
Yeah. Some of them get out and they're like, they understand what's going on once they kind of crack the code and figure out that they're basically an insurance policy for if something tragic happens to,
Damn.
yeah. From the real life versions, the original. Something happens to them, they get axed, and then, well, you're going to get, your organs harvested, and whatever you need, they're going to get, and they're going to live on. You're nothing more than just a feeder.
You the insurance policy.
Yeah, and they're like,
Right.
man, no. That's what some of them are like, hell no.
They was growing them like that.
That's what they said. I'm getting out of here. I'm not going to stay. And it was kind of it was a crazy movie.
Right.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I liked the twist in it. It was really good. But they said, nope, that ain't going to be the way we go out.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Just to find out stuff like that is in a movie. I like movies with great twists like that.
Yeah.
Trying to think of
What was another movie with a great twist? You got anything more with like a really? Because there's been some movies with like some bad twists.
yeah.
I'm just saying, Doc, I say it's so many good movies. I don't seen so many good movies. I don't see so many bad movies that they all run together.
There are a lot that do kind of run together because I can't think of all of them, but there are some that obviously stick out. So I'm trying to think of.
Well, what was that recent movie with the what was that? The comedian just started making all these good movies.
Get Out.
Yeah. That had a deep
And then
twist.
Nope. And
But say there you go. That is one that had a twist though.
yeah.
That and no, both. Yeah.
Yeah, he was out there. And it's like
Yeah.
And then the other one. What was the other one?
What that he made?
Get Out.
Oh, it was
Nope,
Us.
And Us. Yeah.
Us also had a
Yeah.
crazy
Also had a
twist in
crazy
it.
twist in it.
I mean, The Village had a great twist. I just
M.
hated
Night
the movie.
Shyamalan.
M. Night
If we're
Shyamalan
going for
is the
twists,
king of making
and
movies.
making movies with just some of the most absurd. Like he's got ones with the best twists that you could imagine, and then one with just the most garbage. Like, what is this? The Happening.
Yo,
The Happening is just pure garbage. So
Hey.
imagine you wake up one day and people are just out here killing themselves for no reason.
it's crazy.
In the most gruesome ways possible,
I
right?
just jump out the window into
Right.
something extremely sharp.
Right. Or somebody
What was
walks
that? What
walks
movie
into
was
like
that?
a lion den, like in
You
a
know,
zoo,
like just
and
and
just
get-
start getting torn
What's the name of
apart.
that movie?
The Happening.
Seem like I seen that.
Yeah,
probably
probably have. We all got treated.
Oh,
to
let me
watching
tell
it.
you what you need to watch too. Armadillo. No, that's not it.
Armageddon.
No.
Armandelia.
And
Evangelion.
Antipalia, something like that. I can't think of it. Start with an A. It's about
Anaconda.
no, about this girl, about the people.
Underrated.
They was Civil
pretty
War.
good.
They was stuck like in a Civil War, and when watching this thing, they had kidnapped these black folks and had them stuck in like slavery.
Overlord? I'm just kidding.
No,
No.
Antibelia. It's
Antebellum?
something. Antibelia.
They had them believe.
Antebellum.
Yeah.
Antebellum.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That- yeah.
I was like,
Yo, you gotta watch that. Oh my god! Hey, and they
just
tricking
make it
them
up.
like they kidnapped them. They kidnapped the black people and got them stuck back in the slave time.
Dang, that sounds like a movie I thought of, but like I guess it was
And
already
then
made.
when one of them,
Sounds like a
one of them
nightmare.
escape, and she makes when she make her mind up to escape, it's on and popping.
You remember Freedom Land?
You gotta watch that.
Hey, from
Antebellum.
you remember
That's
the
what it's
episode of the
called.
Boondocks where they had Freedom Land?
It was something similar to that.
When they had them back on the plantation.
Yeah, like
That episode
they
was
had
so
them
messed
thinking
up.
you
Hey,
back.
this place was a Civil War enactment place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like if you just got to it had
Like
me
what
so
really going on?
it had me really so confused. You know, when you talk about movies, there's like 'cause
Oh,
you really
man, I'm
not
back at it
realizing
thinking,
that they had these people
Yeah.
kidnapped, right?
Yeah.
Until the end when she rolling, and then there go some people out there at the Civil War reenactment, and they realize it's now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That they had these people stuck back there.
Oh, that's like the village.
Huh?
Where
Oh, you know what? It
yeah,
is
that
just
is
like the
exactly
village.
like the village.
Yeah.
So they were thinking it was a 1600s village, like an old, like back in the day, whenever they were just like hunting turkeys and shit like that. You know? Right. And for
Yeah.
up until like that was the main twist of the movie. And
Yeah.
it was a shame because like that movie was really good.
Until
Right.
it lamed out.
Right. So the final twist of the movie was that this whole village was actually a cult that some man had like formed. Right.
Pretty much, they were an amusement park. They
Yeah.
were a theme, yeah. They were
Yeah.
just some cult. They hid off in the middle of the woods and turned it into like a national theme park, and that was it. That was it.
But
it was a
at
national
the
park.
end of the movie, she got ran over by a car. So you were like, what
the
is
heck?
going on?
Yeah.
They had no idea what that was coming.
Right.
What is that?
Right.
Never seen that
Never
before.
seen a
until-
car in their life or anything like that, and just got ran over.
Yeah,
Right. That's the reason why people didn't like it though, because like the main character got killed after
Yeah.
she like was kind of like figuring out what was going on, and then they always made it a big deal. Don't leave or go out into the
Yeah.
woods or something
Yeah.
like that because somebody's gonna kill you.
they had
Get
these
you,
creatures, but they
Right.
weren't creatures. They were
Right.
just like fake suits. It was costumes.
Yeah. Right.
They were tricking these people the whole time. It was
And
messed
they
up.
kept them like that.
Yeah,
Right.
For amusement.
Yeah, basically, yeah. To keep them.
That's what was kind of like this was.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it
that's
was
what you were
late.
saying. They was
Yeah, that's what
thought
we
they was
just-
back picking cotton again, and like, what's
And then
going
they would
on?
have Civil War reenactments. You know,
Yes.
I'm like, that's what I'm saying.
That would be crazy.
That would be wild, though.
Yeah, it's like what's
The
going
point being
on?
was, hey, M. Night Shyamalan creates the greatest trailers of any
Right.
movie of
He does
all
make
time.
great trailers.
All his trailers are great. All his trailers that he creates make you want to watch every movie.
Because it's like what is
And I
going
pretty
on?
much watched every movie, and
Right.
most of them suck. Some of them are really
Majority of
good.
them. Some of them. What was the one?
Signs was good.
Signs. And then Super 8, was that him?
No, that's
No?
Steven Spielberg.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Well, Super 8 was pretty good.
old.
Yeah.
He did old.
Old, but that one was.
Yeah, it was mid.
But I wanted
below
to finish.
mid. It was
Well,
rags.
I'm a more of a DJ Pooh. That's who I like. His movies. You ever see his, right? You know, yeah. The Wash with
He talking about them old
yeah,
classics.
hey, DJ.
you
Hey,
talking about
DJ
Greg is
Pooh
saying
is
this
one-
like I'm just supposed to know this.
Hey, DJ Pooh is one hell of a movie producer. What you talking about? M. Night Shyamalan. I bet you he ain't got a catalog as big as DJ Pooh.
Hey, of hood classics.
Yeah, he got some movies.
And I got another Uncle Rico. What was that movie? With Uncle
Oh
Rico?
man, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Oh, Napoleon Dynamite.
Another one I just caught off guard right there. It was like, let me check this out. That was
But
the.
Napoleon, that's a classic.
I mean, but-
Well, yeah,
but
definitely.
that's what I'm saying. I didn't-
It's one of them
I
classics.
never like. I'm just happy to just catch this.
Right. You
And
caught it late.
Yeah, and when I watched it, like this is crazy.
It's just such a weird movie,
Yeah.
but very
This
interesting
is
at the same time.
absolutely crazy. It's like
No, I tell you
and
nothing.
funny, really
Yeah.
funny.
Mr.
Yeah.
Church.
I watched that too. Yeah,
You know what movies people
that was good.
Yeah,
never
with Eddie
talk
Murphy.
about
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Church.
from
Yeah.
that same era, that like 2000s era? People I hardly talk about American Pie.
Oh damn! I
Revenge
forgot.
of the
Yeah.
Night.
For whatever reason,
Yeah.
I don't throw it in there in this category for me because I went in thinking it was going to be a funny movie. So, and it was hilarious. It was beyond funny.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, yeah,
like,
American
it
Pie, yeah.
exceeded my level of hilarity. I thought it was going to go.
You almost short circuit.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I did. And
then
almost, yeah.
movies like Dumb and Dumber. Oh, no, we're forgetting all those like live.
But some of them was just like
What, the
clowny, you know.
Yeah.
Was,
what was
Jim Carrey
American
and Jimmy?
Pie was funny. That was hilarious.
It was the plot and everything.
It was hilarious. The Revenge of the Nerds that was more of one of them group movies like they was just coming out with, you know.
Okay.
That
Right.
to me, it wasn't that funny. I mean, I watched it because what else the hell else was I gonna watch at that time?
Hey, you remember that one movie though? It had the dude got caught up. He had to do a drug. The Millers.
The
We're the Millers.
Oh, yeah,
We're
Meet
the Millers.
Okay, you know what? That counts for me because I had no idea what
Yeah,
this.
I didn't have no
that was-
expectations
Right.
or
Yeah.
nothing, and that turned out to be crazy.
That movie was so weird. It was so
But all
funny because it was.
those era
Meet
movies,
the Millers.
Yeah, but those
Meet-
most of those movies would be banned.
Right, Meet the Fockers or
Yeah.
That was another great movie.
Ben Stiller movies.
It started off
all
with
the
yeah,
ones-
a whole
Parents, and then it was
bunch
Meet the
of them
Fockers,
robbing.
Tropic
Blades of
Thunder.
Fury.
Something
Tropic
about
Thunder.
Mary.
I don't know
Yeah.
how many of these
Tropic
were underrated
Thunder.
going in, but these aren't all cult classics. These are just some great movies.
Yeah.
Something
Decent.
about Mary. You gotta go with that.
But some of these were like great from the start for the most part.
Yeah, but
Right.
But that,
Yeah, okay, yeah. Something about Mary did have me rolling.
it was.
I had no idea where that was
that had
going.
me rolling because it was
Yeah.
just it
was
like
crazy.
it was
You know the
typical.
right.
Yeah.
It was just so typical.
The first
you know?
one that had me, I forget what it was, but I don't remember the other one. The Hangover was
Yes.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a pretty funny and hilarious movie.
Yeah.
The first time, just trying to piece together like what we did over this drunk night. How
Yeah.
are 5 dudes all drunk as hell? Can't
that
remember.
drunk. And
Yeah.
that was
you know
relatable.
what?
And then
Okay.
the second one,
Yeah.
pretty good follow up. The third, but
It was.
I got stuck in college watching, and this fits into the category of didn't expect it to be good. Turned out to be a really funny movie. Bridesmaids, because of it was a really funny movie. I wasn't expecting that. It was.
Girls Trip.
I didn't watch that, but I did watch Bridesmaids because it was a bunch of guys at a house.
what about
full of
Dad's Trip
chicks.
or something
So,
like that?
yeah.
The one where they were all riding on motorcycles.
A
It was
Bad
Martin
Dad
Lawrence
or
or something like that. Martin Lawrence, what's his face?
Out of the blue,
Blake.
funny. Yeah, it was.
What,
it
Blue
was a
Street?
typical.
No,
Black
it was-
Knight?
it was- They're a motorcycle gang.
Now that's
They're a
That's a
motorcycle
terrible-
gang.
that's a Hall of Fame.
What a
Was
bad.
Oh yeah, it goes on the.
Oh,
work.
you know what? We are going to develop our top 5 worst movies that we have collectively seen
Right, yeah.
at some point in time. Maybe top 10 because that's a good list.
I got one
So-
for you.
You know what? Let's pivot. Let's go ahead and we can go ahead and start naming some anyway, just for the heck of it. I don't know. What's another bad movie? Honestly, I've had a top. Your mom is
Yeah.
actually one.
My mom
she's
recommended one of the best
What-
movies of all time
Yep.
and then one of the worst movies of all time.
Saw and Open Water. Saw was great. Open Water.
Saw was a phenomenal
I don't
movie.
even remember Open
phenomenal.
Water.
Open
Crazy.
Water was some straight garbage.
Terrible.
Hey.
Luckily, the movie was only like 70 minutes. It was 70 minutes of nothing but
Bronco
pain.
Billy.
Oh, Bronco Billy.
You remember that, G?
My name is Nobody.
Bronco Billy. It was a Clint
Clint
Eastwood
Eastwood.
movie.
Yeah.
They had Fame, or you can go watch Bronco Billy. We don't watch Fame enough, so we're gonna give Bronco a shot.
Okay.
That's when he was doing stuff with the orangutan. You know, he made a string of
Bronco
movies
Billy.
with an
I'll name-
orangutan.
I got one.
Trash.
But it's so bad it's good.
What?
So I don't really want to put it on like the worst. The Room.
The Room.
The original The Room, not the one that was made like as a parody by Seth Rogen and what's his face? The
I
other
think
guy.
that's the one I've seen.
Yeah. The original The Room is
Yeah.
just like, what is this? Like, what is this supposed to be? It's bad, but it's hilarious.
I'm telling you, Open Water was terrible.
The Beverly Hillbillies, the movie was terrible. They did not do that television show any justice when they made that movie. They should have they could have left that.
If anybody wants to know, the Beverly Hillbillies was apparently Greg's favorite television show.
I skipped school for 2 years watching.
And somehow it's going to be left off his top 5 whenever we list.
It's a television show, but
when we go through TV shows, you gotta think.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
But I'm trying to think. Another bad movie. I've seen a few. Return of the Living Dead was so bad it was funny. It was a comedy. It was so bad.
Which one was the one when they started first talking about brains?
I feel like, well, they did that in the first one, but it was the second when it got over the top. Because if you remember in the second one, it was so stupid how it all started anyway. There was apparently one zombie that was like located in this basement. They cooked this zombie. Right. The smoke went in the air and it rained onto the graveyard. And somehow everything
dead came alive. Yeah.
And then there wasn't a skeleton or something like that involved. Didn't they have like one of those movies? There was like an actual skeleton.
It was in this movie. Yes. Yeah. There was multiple.
He was up in the thing just moving around.
First of all, what I want to know when I think about this movie is, who buried these people?
Well, see,
because none of them in a coffin. They just coming out the ground.
They were rot. The coffin was rotten. Right. Yeah. Hey, and then at the end of that movie, when they killed all of them, right, and then took them all to the incinerator and burnt them.
Hey, you talking about the guys who were turning and they burned themselves?
And they all burnt, and then it started raining again, and then the movie went off.
Yeah.
Because that was the next one. Because it was going after. Hey, that's how you keep it going.
It was. Okay. I was like, God, this movie was so bad though. It was so bad, but I laughed so hard.
I throw one I had to the Gangs of New York. I think was that the Kurt Russell when they had all the gangs of New York, which at the time was a good movie. But when you
Escape from New York,
yeah. But when you go back and look at it, you see how whack this movie was. You know what I'm saying? These was dance groups going against each other down here. Yeah. These wasn't gang. They were wearing matching outfits. You know what I'm saying? It's like, back then, it's like dance crews and stuff.
Yeah.
These wasn't gangs.
Hey, somebody was getting served.
Yeah. And these didn't look like gang members.
That's, man.
Yeah, I like this. This is a little whack right here.
Oh man,
what?
Cabin Fever.
No, Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
That is the movie.
I thought
a bad one. What the worst movie?
It was bad, but it was fun. It was like come on.
So it was in that. It was so bad, it was hilarious.
An enraged cocaine fueled bear.
This is a true story, G.
Except
that's true parts story. Of it's based on a true story.
Yeah. Only part was true about that movie was a bear. A bear probably got mixed up in some cocaine.
And
that was it. That bear did not do none of the stuff this bear was doing. You should have seen this bear hauling ass. When he got hit up with some of that coke, that bear.
He was high.
That bear face was all coked up. He was gone, boy.
There was
and then these little kids up in it. The little kids said, "That's coke." He said, "I know how to use it." Right?
Oh yeah, the kids. You seen it? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. The kid put the cocaine in it. Said, "My whole face is numb."
Right.
That shit was crazy.
Right, that was crazy.
Okay. But I have not seen it yet.
Yeah, you said we have.
Cocaine Bear.
I'm pretty. Or no, me and Ty.
I did not see it.
Ghetto Dog 2.
No.
Right.
Ghetto Dog 2.
It was
man, if we're gonna go over like Black Hood movies, dog.
Name one because I'm telling you, some of them were terrible.
What was
terrible?
What was the one? T.I. was in it.
Oh man,
T.I. was in it, and it was like a big
restaurant.
Movie.
Was it ATL?
I don't know.
ATL was off the chain.
Oh, I thought ATL was good.
I did see T.I.
It was a movie that was based in Atlanta.
Right. T.I. and Mike Epps.
I about to say, seemed like all T.I.
that was
based in Atlanta.
Yeah, I think they all. I actually put whatever. That was another one. T.I. and Mike Epps made some movie where they were like inherited some store or something. They both been running. Yeah, that was funny.
You know what?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but that fall under the one of them. I just have.
Okay.
The barbershop was cool. Every other barbershop after that was kind of mid. And honestly, the original barbershop was really not even that great.
That was the franchise.
Yeah.
That was the
they franchised.
That was running the franchise.
And Cube started just franchising all his movies.
Yeah, like I'm just making.
He's like, let's just make another one.
Are we there yet? Are we on our way there yet?
Yeah.
Here we go, and here we go there yet. You know, all that.
Yeah, he was running.
And I was so excited to watch Charlie Be
I know another bad
And then
movie.
you got to think about Ice Cube, this nice guy as Ice Cube, NWA.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so I got some bad movies here. One is Fast and the Furious.
Oh, Fast
Which
and Furious.
one?
Every Fast and Furious
Fast 9.
after like
I know,
3.
but Fast 9 specifically.
But Fast 9 is crazy.
No.
It's so bad.
that the one where they-
it just
bad.
got topped
Yeah.
It's about 10.
by 10.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
And I seen 9 and I done seen 10.
Right.
And I have
And
seen
I'm
now
trying to
one
tell
of
you,
them.
hey, 10 tops 9
Just
in
wa- hey,
ridiculousness.
You don't even need to watch the rest of them.
Yeah.
Watch
I
9.
ain't
Just watch
watching.
Fast 9.
Why 9?
9's the one where they swing from the bridge, right?
Yes.
No,
No,
that's 10.
That's 10?
That's
when they swing from the bridge?
That 10.
No, you're talking about
you
9
talking about
where they-
swing from the bridge
canyon?
in the car and hit the thing.
And they
the
slide off
thing-
the cliff.
Greg, you can't be that vague when it comes to Fast and the Furious.
I'm trying to
that's
tell
in
you.
all
It's
10
the
movies.
cliff, the car catches onto the
Well,
bridge,
no, that's in
the
the
wooden
last
bridge, the bridge made of wood and rope,
Yeah.
No, that's
catches
9.
this car.
That's 9.
and then they swing.
No, he's talking about
and they
9.
land,
When he-
and they come out find the freshest, crispest.
Yeah,
one.
That's 9. With crispy white tees. Yeah, that's 9.
No sweat or nothing.
Crispy white tees.
Not a cut, not a bruise, not
hey,
a single
Then
thing.
wait till you see 10.
All the glass is blown out
Wait
of
till
this
you see
vehicle.
the tricks that car can do in 10.
It's donutted.
Can't be faded.
No, I mean this thing is
Can't be
helicoptered. It's rolled over. It's spun like 10 times.
Right, yeah.
I mean it's hit rock,
Hit
heavy
rock.
canyon. I mean, at a high rate of speed. Like this wasn't.
Right, they were going fast.
This must be 50,000 count.
And they went into space in this movie. It was out. It was
Right,
outlandish.
In a
White
Fiero.
tees. You know what I'm saying?
They went to space in a Fiero.
Right.
It was nonsense.
Wait till you see 10.
It was that was
Okay.
bad. And then
If you think that was something, wait till you see 10. And it starts out that way. You know what I'm saying? It starts out where this one left off.
With some nonsense.
Fast 9.
I'm telling you. Hey, and it's one of them.
Well.
Regardless of how bad it is, it keeps you on your seat.
Another
You know what I'm saying? It
movie-
keeps you on your seat.
kind of in the similar vein. The original Expendables was cool, but then every Expendables after that just was like ridiculous, and like especially whenever they added like almost everybody. They had Chuck Norris, Jackie Chan,
And they just start
Arnold
filling in.
You're talking about
Schwarzenegger,
the
Jason
Expendables.
Tatum. Yeah.
I was
Channing-
thinking
The
for
first
that
one
reason,
was cool
Incredibles. I was like, Ice-T, not Ice-T,
No.
but no, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone.
yeah.
I can't remember.
OG, Triple OG.
Yeah,
He was in
Vin
it.
Diesel, right?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think so. No, it was old.
It was
all
old. Yeah, but it was
Okay.
OG. But Terrence, OG. Chris is daddy.
The
And everybody hate Chris.
It was the OG, double OG.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I know
Terry
you're talking about
Crews.
Terry Crews.
Yeah, he was in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
OG Triple. That's OG Triple OG.
I'm trying to think, man. There was another bad movie I had in my head, and I couldn't. It blanked.
Well,
And Liam Nelson.
when
maybe?
did Police Academy go bad? After 3?
After one?
It's like 3 of them was good.
Hey, it went bad when they made it. The first.
No, it had a catch. But about that third one that was it. And then you went to 4, 5, and then it just got like to a point it just didn't even make no damn sense. It was like we're gonna create these same things and activities over and over again and think they funny.
But yeah, that's it. You just
They franchise.
Yeah,
They
the
wrote
same. We're gonna close
Hey,
it out.
you had the funny black guy making the sounds.
Hey.
And every time in each movie was gonna have the same thing. Yeah,
Hey.
he was gonna make sounds. The black girl was gonna go make some. Come up, you know. She was gonna do her. They did the same thing in every franchise, every show. Movie.
And I forgot about what's your boy, the police. They was police, but he had wore them little cut off short.
Reno 911.
Yeah,
that's a TV show, but
okay.
but the movie.
They had a movie. Yeah, they had
two movies.
Okay, yeah.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Greg has finally seen Breaking Bad this year. So, or no, was it this year? Or
It
was this year.
Yeah,
it was early this year.
Yeah,
You
I
finally
took 2 weeks off to see it.
Yeah, basically, and finished it. And he
Start
said,
to finish.
Right.
he said it immediately cracked his top 5. I just wonder where it ranks. Like, what's the bet? Okay.
Like I said, like The Wire, I put The Wire. I can't say which one is like number 1 and which one of them is number 5. But they all in there together.
Okay.
You know, like The Wire, 6 Feet Deep.
Yeah, that was it. That was one of my favorites right there.
The Sopranos.
It's 6 feet under.
6 Feet Under, yeah. 6 Feet Under. That was
that was one of my favorites right there.
Sopranos.
Weeds. Because I don't know if y'all used to watch Weeds on Showtime. I used to love that show. You know, that was one of mine.
It had a good peak.
Yeah.
And then I think it
kind of went away. But it was, and then like I said, I just watched the Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And it's right there. It's right in the mix of all them.
I throw one out to you.
Hey, and
you remember?
And you got to watch it too. I was just gonna say, like with Breaking Bad, that was one of them shows. Once you started watching it, you just couldn't stop. Actually, it was 2 of. What's the other one? Ozark.
Yeah.
Ozark.
Ozark's up there.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I watched Ozark first. And I was thinking, damn, you really ain't finna be able to top Ozark.
Convinced them to finally
until I watched Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Then it reminded me, like, well, I see where Ozark came from. You know what I'm saying? After looking at it, how you can come up with Ozark from Breaking Bad. Though, I mean, they leave some. And then once I had to take 2 weeks off to watch that too. Because once I started watching it, it was over.
Okay. I'm stuck out.
Consumed.
Yeah.
Fully consumed.
Yeah. Couldn't do nothing.
Right.
What?
I don't know. Dang, I'm trying to think of like live.
Have you seen the Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Breaking
you
Bad
think about it.
Breaking Bad was a very great show. It was very compelling. I don't want to spoil any of it, but
you can spoil it, man.
I mean, you can say it without spoiling too much. I mean, basically, the show is about
main characters about dude selling meth.
Yeah.
Okay,
but he was also, but he was dying of cancer. So I mean,
he was dying of cancer.
Yeah.
So
you just trying to make sure.
You became sympathetic to him until you wasn't sympathetic to him.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
That's the best way to describe it.
He was like organizing crimes and all types of stuff.
He became flat out evil before this was over with. I mean, he was a horrible person.
Yeah.
Walter White, it was a menace.
Yeah, Walter White was a menace. White on the
Jane
streets.
the chain. What'd you do?
Yeah.
Who's this Walter White?
The Good Place. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that. Y'all should watch The Good.
I've heard it's really good. My mom's watched it.
Yeah.
The one I was gonna bring up is an old one, but I'm pretty sure you remember The Rock. You remember Rock?
With Charles Dudson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the. It's kind of one of the, because it was like real good now.
Yeah.
But it was like at certain scenes they take it to a different level.
He
remember
he kind of gave a realistic
certain
outlook on black
in this
culture.
It's like it was more intense, and they brought it to a different level within that same story.
It wasn't
line.
a Cosby Show.
Yeah.
You
It's
know
like
what I'm saying?
he was a good father, all this, but at certain
He wasn't a
scenes,
father. You know, he had no kids.
I mean, a good role model. And then he wasn't playing with your boy. Chauncey or whatever his name was. I don't know what, but he was a drug dealer. It was like a drug dealer moved in the community. You know, like most people, and it's kind of like I would say he could have been like a modern day Charleston White without all the characters.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because Rock, once his drug dealer moved in the neighborhood, you know, most people scared of him.
Okay.
You know, yeah. Rock let this man know right off the back, I die for my family, and snatched him up. Let him know you cross me, you in trouble. And like I said, certain storylines they did in these scenes, I'm telling you, it was just a different intensity to what they brought them scenes to compared to how they was just actually making the show. And it was just something different about it. But that was a great show. That was definitely a great show.
24.
24, yeah.
24 was that one.
One of the best shows of all time.
I tried to watch it.
You can't start from season 1. I told you. Unfortunately, it's too old.
And then what was
it's too dated. It's hard for people to watch it now. It's too dated. It looks old. But season 3 looks more modern. That's when they moved over from standard definition to high definition.
Oh yeah, The Wire.
That's how old the show is. It was a standard definition TV show.
Right.
Pretty much they came out around 9/11 when it was about Jack Bauer basically fighting back at terrorists every season. 24 episodes for 24 hours in a day.
Oh man, you said terrorists. I forgot to say this. You know, a bad, terrible movie, god awful movie that I wish was never framed the way it was. American Sniper.
I like that.
That was mid. It was mid.
Wait a second. Maybe I'm thinking of Shooter.
You're thinking of Shooter.
Because American Sniper is about Chris Kyle. No,
Yeah.
I wasn't. No. I did look at that, though. It was kind of...
American Sniper was mid. That was not how that was supposed to be portrayed.
Did we go to the...
We did. We
Yeah,
went to the
it
theater and
was
saw this
okay.
movie. It was okay.
Yeah.
But
Shooter was better.
But anyway, back on shows.
Yeah, 24.
24. Man, I don't really have very many. I like The Witcher.
Yeah.
The Witcher.
The show on Netflix.
Fantasy show on Netflix. All of my shows that I really liked came from my youth and were like cartoons and stuff like that. Like the OG Teen Titans.
Yeah.
One of the best cartoons of all time.
Okay.
Well, shoot. Then Tom and Jerry got to be in there.
Hey, man, look, I watch a lot of Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, I watch it now.
Classic.
Yeah. Hey, I watch it now.
Okay, so have you watched the Dark Theory on it?
On Tom and Jerry? No.
I'll show that to you here later. It's best stuff. It's
About
there's
Tom
something messed
and
up
Jerry.
about all those cartoons.
Right, it is.
I mean, Rugrats was one of my favorite cartoons, etc. I'm trying to think. South Park, obviously, one of my favorite
Park
shows.
is,
South Park is to me one of the great shows.
And so,
period,
South
of all
Park
time.
and
The Office.
The Office, actually, yeah. I watched the entirety. I just didn't like how it ended.
I mean,
But
it's
I
sad.
did. I thought
actually
it
didn't
was
mind it.
fitting.
I thought the ending was fitting.
Yeah, I thought it was. I actually did too. I
It felt
thought
rushed because, where was dude was only in it for like an episode. I know they had like stuff going on,
That's all he
Right.
needed was his one off. He was busy.
but yeah, like in real life at the time, he had stuff going on. But like, if it were up to me, I would have that last season. I would have did those last couple of episodes differently because like he didn't even show up with what's her face, the chick he was with.
I
It was
know.
just him.
Yeah.
I was like, what? How are y'all not gonna end that off the
I
right
guess
way?
they couldn't
Where
get
they're
her sign back on.
together? Yeah,
We
Right.
just got to
NBC
move
was like-
on.
They had to pull the Disney.
but I thought it was still fitting.
I thought so because he
good.
was there.
Yeah, I
It was
thought that was Dwight.
I wanted more.
and it was
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Whenever
But
a
it
show
was
let me feel
fitting.
like that,
but I wanted more.
that
I
means it
you
was a
wanted
good
more.
show.
Yeah, because the show was unbelievable.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So I mean, that was it. Parks and Rec, another great show.
Parks and Rec and Community.
Yeah,
I liked
I've heard
Community a
Community's
lot.
really-
Community was really good, especially whenever Donald Glover was on it. Whenever he left,
Yeah,
I didn't expect it like that. He just left,
yeah, it was over.
and then they just continued the show for like another season and a half, I think. But that was a good one. The way
Yeah.
it ended, it had some like really interesting episodes and stuff like that, and I especially like the dynamic between him and the Indian guy.
Yeah,
I forget his name. That they were a really good duo.
Aziz.
I've never seen the Community.
Not Aziz Ansari.
No. I was about to say from Parks and Rec. Like this is that's I was gonna say uncancel Aziz Ansari Please let this
Right.
man return back to comedy. Like, I mean, he was a really funny dude, like a little
Indian
Indian
guy.
dude
From
who, Parks and Rec.
Right.
Yeah, man. Like,
Okay.
God, I don't know. He's and actually stand up, he's hilarious too. So
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
he's a really funny dude. I just hate that he got canceled over some BS and it wasn't real. Apparently, he got accused of sexual assault and never really laid hands on his chick at all. It was a disaster. But either way, uncancel him, please. And also
Right.
subscribe to the podcast.
What does not hey, not really mean? No, I'm just not really.
Not really.
Yeah, not really touching her.
How much-
You know what
where we
I'm
at?
just
We're at hour 26.
26? Okay.
yeah, that's what that means.
Well, hold on. Do we have anything else?
I mean, we could catch up on like the news stuff, like the Titanic submarine thing.
Oh, shoot, that's over
remains
with.
of
I mean, we
the-
all know what happened to them. They imploded. Right. It's unfortunate. I'm sorry. Rest in peace.
Right.
I'm not going to be out here creating memes like the rest of the internet. So, yeah, RIP. Once again, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed the content today. Today, we just wanted to do something a little bit different. Talk, we want a whole lot going on this week.
Do some chit chatting.
Yeah. We
Right.
just want to talk about movies.
We
Plus,
just
we're-
running our
we will start slowly releasing our top fives in small individual doses. We will I'll be posting them up as individual videos, more than likely a lot shorter content, but that way you can at least view it and see what we got. And hopefully you like it. If you're not, either way, feel free to comment and let us know. And I guess that's going to be it for us today. WTB out. Peace.
Peace.
Holla at your boy.
Go watch
You gonna get
The
sued.
Blackening. Go watch The Blackening.
Yeah.